Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a new Star Stable video. It's been a while since I made the last so-called shopping spree, and again, I don't like to go on these huge shopping sprees and spend a ton of money at once. So again, here is all of the horses I have bought in a time period of about a year, I would say. Pretty much since the last buying 34 new horses video I made. So it's basically not a shopping spree, but I still want to show you all of the horses I've bought during this year. Let's just jump straight into the video and start. Again, I'm gonna tell you what horse I'm riding and of course what horses I'm buying, what I'm naming them. In this first clip I was riding this Icelandic called Blue Water, and the old Frisian sport horses Generation 1 were leaving the game. And even though I wasn't a big fan of these when they came out years ago, they have grown on me, so I'm gonna get some of these Frisian sport horses. Oh, and I think also the Frisians are leaving, so checking both of these. But firstly I am getting this Leopard Frisian sport horse. I named it Salt Pepper. The full name is gonna be Salt and Pepper. Then I got a Frisian. I was really considering between these different shades or tones and asking my friend what would be the best one, but I ended up on this, I would say, true black. It has kinda bluish tint to it, I think, but I think it's the best one, named him or her Midnight. And usually when I'm buying horses, I don't decide the gender if it's not obvious for me, so I might be saying him or her or it or something like that, because I don't know the gender. I also decided to get this more brownish black called Her Nightmare. Next time I was shopping with this old paint horse Heavy Metal. I think I was just randomly on the Silverglade Equestrian Center checking all these horses. There weren't any discounts or anything, but I ended up on this Dutch Warmblood. I don't think I bought many Dutch Warmbloods when they came out, but I really liked them and I was like, I need to get more at some point. So now was the time. So first I decided on this Pinto one. I am not sure what the color is called. Why I would say Sooty Buckskin or something like that. It got a name, Glass Zeppelin, which is very hard for me to pronounce. Then I moved on the black one. It's a very nice black horse with some socks and marking. I decided that he's gonna be a stallion, and I named him Zombie Apocalypse. A very rough name for a horse that looks this kind. Then I moved up to this that was my favorite in the spoilers, but then they changed him, and well, I ended up liking it, but not as much as in the original spoilers. He got a name Steelman. A little story about it. You know the character Superman. In Finnish, it's originally called Teräsmies. That is translated as Steelman. So he's gonna be the original Teräsmies or Superman. So that's where the name Steelman came from. And well, he is steel grey, so the name matched perfectly. Then I bought the chestnut one, naming him after a real-life horse. He reminds me of him a lot. His name was Fastello, and we called him Fasu. I think he only had a star and not this many socks, if I'm not wrong, but the color matches perfectly, and how this horse looks like, it looks like him, minus the marking. So I wanted something similar to the name Fastello, so I ended up with Fast Echo, but his name is Fastello or Fasu in short. Editing Katatu here. I lost a little bit of voiceover here, but I also bought this light double grey Dutch Warmblood. Got him the razor cut mane. He is a stallion and got the name Sugar Cube. That was all the Dutch Warmbloods. I bought quite a lot of them. Now we can move up to the next place and breed. And then I moved up to Whelmdale, and I think this was a few weeks after the Ardenners came out. So I went there, and usually when I go see new horses in one place, I like to see every single horse in there. So here I was checking the Irish Cops because they were there, and I was like, why I haven't bought this chestnut Pinto Irish Cop yet? So of course I had to buy her. I actually decided she's a mare called Autumn. And also the 2 unicorn magic horses are there. I got this Phoebe one, called it Dewey. And again, buying it for the normal coat. I don't usually like the magic coats. Well, at least I don't use them at all. After that, I finally to the Ardenner horse. Oh, sorry, Ardennes. Ardennes. I don't know how to say that. I know the breed Ardenner that ends with R, not S. It is basically the same breed, but I think it's from a different country and there is slight differences. But I just cannot say Ardennes for some reason. So I am talking about Ardenner because it's basically the same breed. I checked all of these out and decided on this dark flaxen chestnut first, called probably her Divine. I am not 100% on the gender still. And then after a lot of thinking, I also got this grey roan called probably him, Earthquake, because he's a big chunky boy and makes the earthquake. Okay, that was a bad joke, sorry. Seems like I was in quite a shopping spirit here, because I'm still riding the same paint horse. I think I had bought like 10k star coins, so I went a little crazy there. Went to check the Shire horses and got this chestnut one, called it Dog, because I don't know what it is with this horse's face, but it looks like a dog to me, so that's where the name came from. And then I finally have changed the horse. I'm riding the new Ardenner Divine here, and we are at Fort Pinta, checking up the ponies, because I saw somebody riding the white pony, and I haven't liked it that much before this, but somebody had a really cute taxet on it, and I fell in love, so I had to get it. I came up with the name Windy, and she's gonna be a mare. Got her and checked the spotted one. I didn't really like the mane that much, but decided to put the braids on him or her and choosing a name. And this is very random. I named this pony Spring Break. Just a random name that I saw while I was scrolling there. Usually I don't have any idea for the name, and I'm just randomizing and scrolling until I come up with something suitable or funny. Like in this case, funny. And then the old Andalusians were leaving, so of course I had to go check them. I was only sure about getting a few of them. The first one was this buckskin one that I named Yellowstone. It's a very suitable name because I wanted yellow something because this horse is pretty much yellow, so Yellowstone was a perfect name. Then the second one I wanted was this Bay. Came up with the name Bear. And when I buy these horses that are leaving, I might come back to them later. And if I bought something, I recorded it, but I was doing this in a long time period. When I knew they were leaving, I went to check them straight away and bought any I wanted, that I was sure I wanted. And then after like a week, I went to check them again, and if there was any other coat I wanted, I of course got it, because it was the last chance. Then of course, the Marley's Vintage Barn is slightly dangerous place when you are buying horses, because I just randomly saw the English thoroughbreds there, and I wanted to buy this Seal Brown maybe. He got a name Dawn, and of course I had to check more horses. I went to check the Hanoverians, and there is only one Hanoverian coat. On this older Hanoverian, I mean. This Bay one was the only one I didn't yet have. I've been thinking about it all these years and decided finally on buying it. Named him, ? Firehoof. Later that evening, actually, my friend went to buy these Shires, these old Shires, Generation 2, and this is a horse model that I never liked. When they came out, I didn't like them. I didn't like how they looked, how they were built, how the animations were. And after that, I didn't warm up to them for many, many years. Only recently, like just before I actually bought some of them, for some reason started to like them. Even though I was always, I will never like this. But now I'm actually liking them. I don't know what it is. Is it the nostalgia? Even though I never had these? Or just I like old crusty horses for some reason. I don't know. But I'm a collector, and if I see a horse I like, I will get it. So I got this chestnut one that I called Color Book. The full name is Coloring Book. Moved up to the next one. This was actually the coat that was the most okay to me through all these years. So of course I got it. Decided he's gonna be a stallion. Named Tino. Or Tino in Finnish. I might come back to these shires when they are actually leaving the game and a bit cheaper, but here I didn't buy any more of them. Then here we are buying the Generation 3 Jorvik Frisian. I don't know, this might be a bit controversial, but the Jorvik Frisians are not as bad as people make them to be. Okay, the animations are kinda horrible, but in my opinion, the horse itself, it's not that bad. The coats are pretty nice. How the horse is built, it's nice. Of course, it does not represent Frisian, but it's a Jorvik Frisian, different thing. Yes, of course, not the best update for the Frisians. I agree on that, but if you just think that it's one horse or horse breed in the game, I think it's actually pretty nice. I think I have most of these. So here I got the second black one, called him Bullet. And here's the horrible animation. Ew. And I have changed the horse to this Appaloosa Roslin that I think I bought in the last horse buying video. We had this Equestrian Festival? Spring Festival? What's this called? Oh my god, I completely forgot. I think it's Equestrian Festival. And these two special Dutch Warm Blood coats came out with this event. And I really liked this brown pinto. Got the bottom braids on probably him. And here I had slight name idea going on from the beginning when I first saw this horse. Those little speckles next to the pinto areas remind me of Oreo cookies. And also the Finnish domino cookies. So I wanted to have the cookie on his name. After scrolling a little bit, I ended up with the name Cookie Monster. And that's pretty much a perfect name for him. I was really thinking about this lighter Dutch Warm Blood. It's maybe a grey pinto, but it is very bluish. The grey part looked light blue to me, so I did not get that coat. And the Libisaner, I really liked the coat, but not that it had black mane and tail. Then, while I was around the Jorvik stables and Charlaheim area, I went to check the Pintabians, because I remembered I haven't bought them yet. Once again, another breed that when they came out, I really didn't buy any of them, or I bought only like one or two, even though there was multiple coats that I liked. That's usually me with new horses. I don't buy the horses when they come out. I go buy them later, and I don't know why. Even though there is a horse that I really like, I just don't go shopping right away. And here I got this black and white one. Decided she's gonna be a mare called Lucky. And this was one of the coats I really liked when they came out, so had to get it. Next one is this double grey pinto one. When I looked at the horse, I was like, Dreamcatcher would be a perfect name. But seems like I already have a horse named Dreamcatcher. Well, I had to come up with a different name, and then I decided on the name dice, and that he's a stallion. Let's get him. Continuing with the Pintabians, I got this flea-bitten one, and with this horse, for a long time I didn't like the fact that the flea bites are this reddish brown. In my opinion, it would be better if they were grey, like usually. And that was a big reason why I didn't buy this horse when it came out, because I didn't like the speckles being red. I have seen some nice tag sets on this horse that actually covers the fact that the flea bites or speckles are red, so it's not actually that bad. In most of these I don't have a voiceover recorded, but on some I do have. recorded back then, so I will be keeping those, just so you don't be too confused what is happening. Currently I'm riding Belgian warm blood named Mistfall, and ignore my set. I made a western set, but for some reason I use like English tag, so sorry about that, don't mind it. This time we have more horses discounted than usual. Let me go through these and see if there's anything I want to buy. Maybe this one? Oh, and actually this double grey is also very nice. With these braids. Because I don't like the sunburn mane and tail. They are like brown. It doesn't fit this horse. So maybe 2 shires. Let's see what else we have. I really haven't liked Welsh ponies too much. But they've grown on me. So I might buy some of them. Maybe this Palomino. And maybe even this white. This was like my favorite when they came out. But then I took a closer look on them. And I didn't end up liking this as much. But maybe this one too. Why these Welsh ponies are now so cute. Like I want to buy all of them. Let me go through all of these discounted horses and see what I want to buy. And I will be back to show you all the horses I want to buy. I might start with these pets actually. I really like both of these cats. So let me get them. And maybe the normal seagull. Yes, I think I'm gonna start with the Lusitano. For the longest time I did not like this coat at all, but now I actually really like it. So I will be buying her, and she's gonna be a mare, and I think Tulip would be a good name for her. Yeah, I think. Let's make her adult. Now I'm gonna jump to the shires, because here's only 2 I maybe want. I'm not too sure about this one. Yeah, maybe I won't be buying this. I will be thinking about this a bit more, but I'm gonna get this double grey. Yep, he's gonna be a stallion. Let me come up with a name. Force could be a good name, but I don't know if I have something after the Force. Or should he just be Force? Well, why not? So, welcome Force. I'm pretty positive I will be buying the Shire, but let me go check the Welsh ponies now. I think I want to buy almost all of these. This is the app one. I'm gonna go with the name Frost. This pony will get a name Paleface, according to the Finnish rap artist Paleface, or Paleface. So welcome Paleface, aka Paleface. I think I'm gonna buy this Cremello one. Yeah, it's very cute. I think I'm gonna go with the name Summer Beach. It's not the best. I originally wanted to name this pony Summer Breeze, but I already had that name on one of my horses. So then I was thinking about Beach Ball, but I cannot have Beach as a first name. Yeah, I'm not too big fan of the name Summer Beach. Maybe it could work. I could maybe call this pony Summer, I think. Yeah, let's go with that. Then I really cannot decide about this liver chestnut one. Like, I don't know, something is just off. Maybe the mane and tail are too like reddish for me, for my liking. So, I will leave this for now, but I will come back later this week to make my decision about that Welsh pony and also the Shire. And this buckskin one, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like the eyes and how the marking is. Like, especially this side is very weird. This side is a bit better, but no, I don't really like it. What about this white one? This could be very perfect, but I don't like the green eyes too much. But it doesn't bother me too much anymore. I think I will be going with this one. And I have no idea about the name for this pony. Okay, I cannot decide the name for this pony. Like, there is nothing that suits him. So I'm just gonna go with Salt. I think he's gonna be a stallion. Yeah, Salt. Yeah, it's okay. Let's go with it. Okay, I decided I will buy this Shire. And I think I have a name, if I'm able to get it. Of course not. I wanted to name this Forest Fire. Because I cannot have Forest Fire, I'm gonna name him or her firefighter. Okay, let's go with that. That's all of them for now. I will be thinking about that Welsh pony. I might come back to it later if I want to buy it. But now let's go to Marley's Vintage Barn. And now that we are here at the Vintage Barn, let me check all of these horses and if I can find anything I want to buy. Okay, I might get another Haflinger. After this, I think I have all of these Haflingers, except the one in the app. Or I might also have it, I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, I really like these Generation 2 Haflingers, so let me buy another one. Now for the name. The name of this horse will be Apple Pie. And then Morgan. I didn't find anything else from the horse market or Vintage Barn, whatever it's called right now. So I came to Starshine Ranch and I'm gonna check the new American saddlebreds. I didn't have enough star coins when these came out. I had like 1,000, so enough for one, but I wanted to save if we didn't get double star coins weekend, but we got one. So I got 10k. But let me see these horses. I am not the biggest fan of these. I know this is pretty much how they are supposed to look like, but the head position and the neck especially in the canter, the muzzle and head is behind the bullet line. And that is not natural, that is not really how the horse naturally looks like. So I don't like the gaits too much, but these are kinda gorgeous horses, I must admit. I did check these when they came out, and I only like this pinto colored one, but actually this one is also pretty nice. Let me first go through all of them. I'm definitely gonna get this one, and also this silver buckskin is pretty nice. I might buy this one and have the long mane and long tail. Kangaroo Jungle, that's a fantastic name. Oh my. Of course I have to have the name Buttermilk for this horse, because somewhat, even though this is not the buttermilk coat, it reminds me of the Red Dead Redemption Buttermilk Kentucky Saddler. So yep, I'm gonna name this Buttermilk. And next, I'm actually gonna buy this bay one. Oh, I'm not sure if this is like Seal Bay, but yeah, this one. Yeah, I really like the face marking. At first I was like, oh, this is a weird face marking, but now I really like it. It's gorgeous. And we had the perfect name here for this horse. He or she is gonna be called Harpy. And the last American saddlebred I want is definitely this piebald one. I don't like the black strand on the mane, like not the forelock, but right here before the white part. But I'm not too big fan of this mane either. I might actually go with this razor cut. The black part doesn't bother me too much here. Yeah, it actually looks pretty nice on this horse. First I didn't like this mane on this breed at all, but on this horse it looks pretty nice. Yeah, like it's kind of young, playful looking horse now. So let me choose this mane. And now for the name, I have no idea. So we'll be right back when I've decided the name. I ended up with the name Rocky Road. It is a type of chocolate cake, and of course we cannot have the name Rocky at the first name, so it's gonna be Rock Road, but the real name is Rocky Road, and he's gonna be a stallion. Look at him, what a gentleman. I would have loved to get this black one, but the tail, the sunburn, I don't like that it's brown. Maybe this mane, but I don't like the tail. Will I get this? Yeah, it's a beautiful horse. Only thing I don't like the tail, like how it's brown, but I'm still gonna get it. And the name for this stallion will be Nebula. And this is around the time Star Stable started to have the horse markets or horse sales almost every single month. I was riding this North Swedish horse Ice, and this is the winter magic horse, the icicle thingy, whatever it is. And we had a huge discount this time. There was a lot of breeds discounted. Occultiques, quarter horses, Chincoteague ponies, Clydesdales, Curlies, English Thoroughbred, Percheron, Pintabiano, Tennessee Walker, a lot of horses. Some of these horses, like the Jorvik Starter Pony, Curly, Clydesdale, Thoroughbred, were from the app. They moved them from the app to the game, and all of those were discounted here. And I think I bought a lot of horses, so let's just start with the quarters. I don't like their conformation that much. The neck is way too low when they are idle or walking, and I know that's kind of realistic for Western horses, but somehow how they are walking, there is just something off in my opinion. But most of the time when I'm riding, I am seeing them from behind, and they are not actually that bad. I started with this blue roan or grey roan, decided on a name Nightwing, and that he is a stallion. For the first one there, leveled up my little eyes here, took a little break from the quarter horses, moved up to the Chincoteague ponies. This is also a breed I didn't like at all when they came out. They are cute, but I hate the animations. Especially the one where they are rolling their eyes. They look kinda mean to me. But in the end, I am seeing them from behind running, so the animations don't matter that much in the end. So I got this buckskin one, called him Buttercup. Then I checked the curly horse. This is also a breed many people don't like in the game. I do like them. I liked them when they first came out, and I still like them. Of course, they are not perfect, they are kind of funky, cartoonish horses, and the fur texture on the neck is not the best. I am seeing them from behind most of the time, so it doesn't matter that much for me. There was only this black one discounted. This was from the app, so I got him and called him Jasper, after the old grumpy man Jasper in the game, the NPC, you know. And then this Jorvik pony. I don't often like these horses that have a very dark base color and a light main color. For a long time I really didn't like them, but I don't know, I'm probably getting old or something because I have started to like them, even though I never liked them before. So I got this Jorvik pony, called him Ice Cube, little chunky pony. Then the Percheron that I was gonna get from the app when it came out. Something still kept me from buying him. It is probably the very big color difference, shading on the belly area and the sides where there is this, chestnut lightish brown color. It is a bit too vibrant for me, I think. That really kept me from buying this horse before, but it's grown on me, and actually in the game, when it has tag on, it's not that bad. Came up with the name Dragon Breath, another chunky horse, but this time it's just a huge chunky horse. Then there was this one Pintabian discounted, again app horse, that they brought to the game now. I was really thinking about the mane, because I don't like that it has black and white on it, especially on the lower neck. The black and white kinda mixes there, but I still ended up keeping the normal mane, and I remember I had a hard time coming up with a name for this horse, but then I found the name Nugget, and yes, the brown parts are nugget color, so this horse is called Nugget. Fun fact, I actually hate nuggets, the food, especially chicken nuggets, they are so bad. Not just the taste, but what's inside of them actually. It is disgusting to me. But that's enough about nuggets. They had all of the Tennessee Walker coats discounted, and it is really a breed I like, so I'm probably gonna get back to them. But first, let me buy another Chincoteague pony, this Cremelo one. Came up with the name Wish and decided that she's a mare. And yes, they are very cute when they have their ears up and are not looking so bored and mean all the time. Next, I moved back to the quarter horses, and I had to get this red roan one. I already had a name idea for this horse. He's gonna be named after Code Red, the famous quarter horse. And of course we weren't able to have the name Code as a first name, so I named him Coal Red. He's of course a stallion, but his true name is Code Red. Then finally moved up to the Tennessee Walkers. This is the silver something color. I was very good at horse colors at some point, but I must have forgotten because I cannot recall what's the name of this coat. And many of you might know the YouTuber Abigail Pinehaven and her dog Unit. So I named this horse after Unit, the dog. Of course, we didn't have the name Unit as the first name, so I wasn't able to name this horse Unit. So I had to call him Eunice, but the inspiration came from Abigail's dog. Usually when I'm buying a lot of horses from these discounts, I also like to go check the Marley's Vintage Barn, especially if there's any horses leaving, and this time the Generation 2 Arabians and Pintabians were leaving. This Generation 2 Arabian, I almost hated them when they came out, and many years after that, well, many people know they are called spider horses for a reason. They are not the best, but I still got some. This chestnut one stallion called Bronze Stallion. I know, a very simple name, but maybe I will come up with something better to call him. Probably I will just call him Bronze Stallion because I'm lazy. I also got this Dark Bay. I was quick to decide on her name. It's gonna be Dark Chocolate. Let me buy her. Next is the grey one, and this is probably my all-time favorite of this Generation 2 Arabian. I was actually considering buying it like 5 years ago, but I decided against it back then. So now I of course have to get him. And I had the perfect name, Silver Wolf. So welcome Silver Wolf. Then I checked the Pintabians. I already had the best coats of these. Still decided to get this chestnut one. About the name, this is a very vibrant coat and kinda smudged on some of the edges of the Pinto, if you can see it. So I wanted to call this horse Water Paint. And again, we didn't have the option paint there, so I had to come up with something, and it was Pear. So Water Pear, but the true name is Water Paint. And again, little bit behind this, in Finnish, watercolor, you know, the colors you paint with, are called vesivärit. That translates straight into water paints. So again, after the Finnish name, vesivärit, water paint, that's what I wanted, but the meaning is watercolors for you English speakers. Then I also got this buckskin Pintabian that I simply named Topaz, and I think that was all of the Pintabians and Arabians on the second generation that I wanted, on top of the ones I already had. Then I went back to the horse market, discount, whatever it's called, got one more Tennessee Walker, this roan, strawberry roan maybe, wanted him to be stallion and gave him the name Ready, and he's one more Tennessee Walker to my collection. Again back to the quarter horses, I decided on getting this buckskin one. He is also gonna be a stallion, and the name is gonna be Kick, short and simple. And that was all the horses from this sale. Few days later, I was already riding and training the Shire Dino I just bought, but I went to check the Pintabians and Arabians again, Generation 2 ones that were leaving, and I just decided pretty much that I'm gonna get all of the Pintabians. So I got the last one, which is this light chestnut one, or actually I think it's Palomino. Of course I had to call it Sparkle, after Sparkle, Abigail Pinehaven's horse that was this coat originally. So welcome Sparkle. I also got the white Arabian with button braids, gave him the name King, and that was all of the Arabians / Pintabians that I got. And that ended up being all of the Pintabians and most of the Arabians. Here you can see me riding the Generation 2 Arabian Silver Wolf I bought, and he's level 12 already. I think I was very motivated to train at that time, and I was training some of the new horses I bought. And as you may guess, again we had a horse market, horse discount, whatever, on Moorland. This time it was Paints, Finn Horses, Morgan Icelandic, Appaloosa, Gotland Pony, Fjord and Knapstropper. And if I'm not wrong, most of these are Well, seems like all of the paints were discounted, but only this one Finn horse. And sorry, these are Morgans, were all discounted. Only one Icelandic that I immediately decided to buy. Wanted to name him Snow something, and decided on the name Snow Bear. Again from Finnish, polar bear is jääkarhu, which actually translates to ice bear. But I wanted to change the ice from the beginning to snow, so he's Snow Bear. Then we had the Appaloosas. I already had quite a lot of them. I still decided to buy this one. I called it Galaxy Star. Then I did something I thought I would never do. I bought some Knapstroppers. Which is very funny, because it is the breed I hated the most from the beginning, still to this day pretty much. But I don't know, there was just something with this specific coat and the other coat I bought. It's actually kinda pretty. I am not sure if I'm still gonna like the Knapstroppers, but I still bought some to test. They were pretty cheap, so I called this one a Red Spot. Then I also got another one, this fuse-spotted one. I wanted the names to match, so I had to name him Spot something or something Spot. Ending up with the name Double Spot. He's gonna be a stallion. Moving up to the paint horses. That is one of my favorite breed in this game. I pretty much have all of them, except this one that they came up with later, and I only now got it. Wanted to call him Paper Plane, but as you may guess, plane is not an option, so it's gonna be Paper Plan. But the name behind it is Paper Plane. And more paint horses. This is also one they came up with later, called this one Morning Meadow. And more paints. This one got the name Trouble. I think I was buying pretty much all of the paints I didn't yet have here. Then I bought some Morgans, or at least this one. Again, very dark base color with flaxen mane and tail. The combo I didn't like before. It's grown on me. And the Jorvik name here is Root Beer, but the name behind is Root Beer, the drink that I actually haven't tasted ever. That's really not a thing that we have in Finland, but it's a good name for this horse, or pony I should say. And more Appaloosas. This one with the funky face coloring. And I wanted the word panda on this name. And when I saw these two words together, Land Panda, it was hilarious. So he's gonna be called Land Panda. Kinda weird, I know. It's a funny little name for him. Appaloosa is also one breed I have almost every coat of, so getting more. This one, Jorvik name is gonna be Hall Flame, but the name behind is Hall of Flame. Then I went back to the Knapstroppers. I don't think I ever checked these codes that well because I didn't like the model or the animations. Tell me why I low-key liked them. Yes, I got 2 more, even though I was just supposed to get 2. I got 4 in the end. That's interesting. I got this one, called it Trouble Mark. Wanted to call him Troublemaker, but that's not possible, so Trouble Mark it is. And looking back to this video, I'm actually surprised I bought this horse. Because in the video, it looks like, why did I buy this? Oh my god, I need to go see it in the game right now. Okay, actually in the game it's not that bad. It just looks very ridiculous on the video for some reason. And yes, I got this one Fantasy. Then I kept buying more paints. This one is the newest coat, if I'm not wrong. And I don't know. Tell me why this horse reminds me of a kangaroo. I don't know if it's the face or color or what it is, but I ended up with the name Kangaroo Jumper because just kangaroo wasn't enough, I guess. So welcome Kangaroo Jumper. And again, after the discounts, I went to Marley's farm to see the old crusty horses and decided to get this black one. I do have this horse on one of my alt accounts. It is called Dark Desire, but seems like I already have horse named Dark Desire on this account, so instead I decided to call him Masked Stallion. Not sure where that name came from, but yeah, it kinda fits this horse. I really wanted to call it Dark Desire, but it was already taken. So then the Cremello one, that was my favorite at some point, so I'm not really sure why I haven't bought it before. So I finally made the decision to buy it, and from the color and kinda how pure it is, and when I saw the name Doe, that's what I wanted to name him or her. Of course, Doe wasn't an option alone, so it's gonna be Wild Doe. I had to put something in front of it, and I chose the word wild. So, Wild Doe. It is the bird. I'm not sure if it's called Wild Doe in English, but in Finnish, Doe is kyyhky, and then villikyyhky, that is the wild one that lives somewhere and doesn't socialize with humans that much, translates to Wild Doe. In my head, that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but that is the idea behind it. Probably gonna call this horse kyyhky in Finnish. Then seems like I finally changed my horse to this Pasofino called Unicorn, and this is actually the unicorn from the Winter Village. As you can see, our characters were a little bit broken here. You can see how she holds her hands pretty weird while riding, so yeah. This time we had Arabians. Oh my god. I've been staring at the screen while editing for like a minute, and I cannot tell you what the second horse breed there is. I need to check. Oh my god. It's the Dragoner. Of course. How did I forget that? I completely blacked out on the breed name. Wow. So yes, Dragoners, Mustangs and Halflingers. Starting with the Arabians, because they were first on the row. Got this dark chestnut one with almost a bald face or a very white place. I'm not sure what that marking would be called. This was my least favorite of the Arabians when they came out. My friend got it, and I've seen her riding this horse with different tag sets, so I finally decided to get this horse. It looks pretty nice on green, or with green. My English is pretty broken today, sorry about that. I named this one Farland. Oh yes, right after the racehorse Farlap. So the name is Farlap and the Jorvik name is Farland. I think it was around the time I watched the movie Farlap. It was the famous racehorse. I think it was a great movie. Of course it's old, but well, I am old, so I like old movies. Then I bought some more Arabians. This Palomino one that I have just previously trained while recording this voiceover. I gave her the name Desert Champion. After her I bought one Dragoner that I've been thinking of getting for years now. It's this black one. I wanted him to be a stallion and wanted a pretty simple name for him because he's a very simple looking horse, he has no markings. That's why I ended up with the name Solo. Moving up to the Mustangs. I didn't buy pretty much any of these when they came out. Only like months after I bought one or two of them. Only now I'm buying more of them. I got this Babe Hinto one. Decided he's a stallion. The name is King Saga, and the real name behind that is Ginseng. It is some kind of a plant. I was playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2 at that point, and there is this plant, Ginseng, I think it's called. So that's the inspiration behind that name. Then I got the Black Mustang, called him Dollar. Very simple name as you can see. And then the Buckskin Mustang. This is the so-called new Spirit coat, so of course I had to call him Spirit. What else would I have called him? Then I got this Bayroan Mustang. She's gonna be a mare, and I wanted to name her after Free Spirit Equestrian's yearling Ariel, but there wasn't anything that would have matched the name Ariel that much. But then I realized that her daughter's name is Melody from the Disney movies, and that's what I ended up with. She of course wasn't the last Mustang I got from this batch. Then this Palomino one is gonna be a mare, and I named her Pixel Dust. Let's get her. And wow, another surprise! I didn't remember I bought this Mustang at all. But now that I'm actually looking at the horse, I do understand why I bought it. It's very pretty. Oh, and I called him Iron Man. You remember the steel grey Dutch warm blood I called Steelman, after Teräsmies or Superman in Finnish. So I wanted something heavier here. I went with Iron Man. Cool, I guess. Then to the Halflingers, I got the darkest one. From the old Halflingers, the darkest one, Chocolate Palomino, is my favorite. So of course I have to get the new one. Called him Chocolate Milk. Very suitable name. And seems like we had the Halloween event. I was riding this Scotland pony Potato Smash. I checked the new coats they came up with, and of course then the Halloween horses. I got this Arabian with this bloody shoulder marking, named her Aurora. And now that I'm thinking, what happened to these coats? Are they still in the game? They have to be, right? Like, it's not only Halloween limited. I guess they are just one color option now. Why I can't recall what happened to these, so... but I got this Celefranche and found a very suitable name, Zombie, for this stallion. And this one could have been so great, such a great double grey Rapicano coat, but the face is so weird. Of course it's Halloween inspired, so it looks kinda that it has sharp teeth or skull or something. But I don't like the face. I would have gotten it otherwise. Then let's actually go check the Halloween horses. I was really thinking about this one, Laverna, the paint one. I was gonna get this last year, but the braids, I hate the braids. And I still hate the braids, but I still got her. She's gonna be mare called Lavender. And oh my god, I don't like the magic coat at all. But that's not why I bought her. Then another Halloween horse, the Songsorrow, that I'm still a bit iffy about. I do not like the flowers on its mane, and the fact that I cannot change the mane. But still got her, called her Swamp Flower, very suitable. She's a kelpie from the swamp and has flowers on her mane. Then checking what horses were leaving again. This time it was the Generation 2 Frisian Sport horse. Again another breed that I really didn't like from the beginning. But still I got this black one. This with the leopard one are the most decent coats of these. Called the black one Onyx, and then the leopard one Twinkle Star. And yes, the rest of these coats I do not like, especially this chestnut and the grey one. They are just so shiny, and yes, the model is not the best. Next time, seems like I was training the Andalusian I bought on this video, Yellowstone. So yes, I do train my horses. I buy a lot of horses, but I also do train a lot of horses. I'm not just buying them and then they are forgotten. I will actually train them all at some point. But yes, discount. Again, Finn horse, Dutch warm blood, Lusitano, Andalusian, and Pasofinos. I was meant to get more Dutch warm blood at some point. Now was the perfect opportunity because they were discounted. I got this bay one, decided he's a stallion, named Lush Cave, after the Lush Caves in Minecraft. Maybe I was playing Minecraft back then, I think. So the games I play do affect the names a little bit, as you may notice from this video. Also got the Cremello one, called it Ocean View, and I think that's actually a very pretty name. I really like it. Then to the Finn horses, I got the double grey one that I was thinking of getting for a bit, called it Grey Soul. Also got the most basic Finn horse coat, which is this chestnut, and I wanted to name him after the famous trotter Finn horse that was called Viesker. I think he had different markings, but same color, so that's the inspiration behind the name. And the best I could do was voice array, but the name is Viesker. And yes, these Finn horses should be called Jorvik Finn horse. These do not represent the Finn horse at all. They maybe represent the small/pony version of them the best, but yep, I cannot recognize the Finn horse in there really. They really should redo those. Moving up to the Pasofinos, got the dark brown one that has little dabbling on the belly area, called it Druid. And this is actually a horse I just recently trained. So I do really train all of these horses. It just might take some time because I have so many. Back to the Dutch Warm Bloods. I got the black one with bottom braids. Came up with a fantastic name, Dark Core. Yes, if you play this game you may know what Dark Core is. So it's actually inspired from Star Stable itself. Next one is this Seal Bay. Named him Shade. And I think that was all of the Dutch Warm Bloods I wanted. Went back to check the Pasofinos and decided on this light chestnut one. I had a hard time with the name. I had no idea what I should name this horse, and in the end I named this one Scroll. There really wasn't inspiration behind that. It's just a name I saw when I was scrolling. Wow, then we are at the Winter Village. Riding my old Icelandic horse Bat, checking out the new magic horses. I really like the reindeer one from the spoilers, but I hate that it has braided mane and tail. It really ruins it, and I didn't end up getting that. But the deer one, Hjorvensia, that is on the American saddlebred model, I did like enough to get it. And of course, because it has the magic form of deer, I had to come up with deer something. I decided on the name Deerberry, and it's an actual berry that just popped into my mind. So that's the name I ended up with. Then the new Noricare codes that are still in the game. These are not winter limited or anything. This is actually the only Noricare I still own. I really do like the Noricers and I should go get more, but I just haven't. But I got this Bay Pinto one, named it Do, a very simple name again. Then, of course, we had another sale. What a surprise! There were Icelandics, Dartmoors, Ardenners, and Fjords again. They are really discounting the same breeds over and over again and adding some different breeds in between. But Fjords again, and Finn horses have been discounted so many times. Yeah, they are running out of ideas. First horse I actually bought was this Fjord, the grey one. I think that it's mouse grey in English, if I am not mistaken. And we had the stupid Yeti quests, so wanted to call this Yeti something. Ended up with Grey Yeti, because it's grey. Very simple, I know. Welcome, Grey Yeti. Moving up to the Icelandics. Again, you can see dark base, light mane and tail. I have really started to like this. I don't know where this name came from, but it was an easy decision. This stallion got the name Nacho Chip after nacho chips. Maybe I was eating them back then. So yes, I do get my inspiration from games and foods and plants a lot of time. Then I was already training this Pintapian Topaz, and we had the Halflingers and Finn horses discounted again. What a surprise! Then there was the Shires and Irish Cops. Again, I think those were also discounted pretty recently. I still found something to buy. I got this Finn horse. I guess I'm slowly trying to complete my Finn horse collection, even though it's not the best breed in the game. This horse got the name Juniperberry. And yeah, this time it was the only Finn horse I got. I am still missing at least one of them, but I am not that big fan of the coat. It's not that realistic to Finn horse in my opinion. Instead, I got this light double grey Shire horse with the bottom braids. I came up with a name Wind Whisper, so that's what I ended up naming this stallion. This light double grey Irish Cop. I don't like the fact that the hair is so yellowish, so I put bottom braids on this horse. It didn't really fix the tail or the feather, but maybe I get used to it. Then Halflingers, I got the probably most basic one. Finally, this has a little bit of dabbling on the sides. Kinda basic Halflinger color. Called this one Will-O-Wisp. Then I got another Halflinger, what a surprise. I got this one with a much simpler coat color. There is not a lot of detail in this coat, but there doesn't have to be. Usually the simplest coats are the best. And now I must say I don't remember what was the name idea behind this name, because the Jorvik name is Soft Snap. And I probably had a nickname going with this, but I have no clue what it was. Well, that idea is gone, I guess. Wow, we are actually reaching this day. This is pretty new. We got the new dragon horses, and I especially like the black one from the spoilers, and especially the dragon form, which is surprising. I don't usually like the magic form. But in the game, I don't like the weird burgundy on the mane and tail, and like those fins under the front legs. Sorry, I don't know dragon terms at all. But actually the normal form was why I bought this horse. I like the leopard dappling there. Of course, I had to have the word dragon on the name because it's a dragon. The Jorvik name is gonna be Dragondale. The thing behind this name is Dragostiadin Day. So the name is probably Dragostiadin Day. Jorvik name is Dragondale. And Dragostiadin Day is a song if you don't know. It has nothing to do with dragons, but it was the inspiration behind it for me. And I also got the lighter dragon. I am kinda surprised I ended up liking the normal coat. From the spoilers I wasn't that big fan of, but I do like it and I do like the dragon form also. She's gonna be a mare called Pandorian. I also checked some of these normal horses that we have in the medieval camp. This Scotland pony has a very nice coat, so gonna get it. Came up with the name Fantaste. Fantaste, but it's Fantaste. Welcome, welcome. 10. I think my first new Frisian sport horse, this leopard one, named Loyalty. And then one more normal coat from the medieval camp, this chestnut Lipisaner. I was thinking about the name for a bit, but then I was like, wait, it's a chestnut one. It kind of somewhat reminds me of my favorite hobby horse called Ine Jupiter. So I was like, why not name it Jupiter, because it's an option. And he's gonna be a stallion. Welcome, Jupiter. And finally, this is the last sale we have had this far when I'm recording this voiceover. But yeah, this is probably gonna be the last one for this video because it's getting very long already and it's about years worth of horse buying. I don't even know how many horses I bought, but I will write it on the screen at the end. But we had the Jorvik wild horses and then the 2 unicorn horses from Weldale discounted. And of course the old dragon horses. But I already had both of those. Starting with the Jorvik wild horses, getting this chestnut one, light chestnut, flaxen chestnut actually, yes. Name is inspired from Minecraft, Magmacube. She's gonna be a mare. Next is this Palomino one. There really wasn't a mane that I was too big fan of. I would have loved this mane without the belly fur and maybe a different tail, but there wasn't any options. And went with the Jorvik name Hello. How would you even say that? I don't know. But Hallo. And it's just gonna be Halo. There wasn't an option for Halo. Then the bay one with tiger stripe on the legs. He got the name Groundbreak, and the real name is Groundbreaker. While I bought these horses, I wrote this Jorvik Frisian Bullet. Was bought earlier in this video. And the last clip, I am riding an even older Frisian, Midnight, that I also bought in this video. And this is still the same discount. I just ran out of star coins actually after buying 3 Jorvik wild horses. But we got double star coins and I got more star coins. Surprise, surprise. And I was able to buy few more horses. 1 more Jorvik wild horse. And do not ask about the name, Muffin Man. Yeah, he's gonna be called Muffin Man. Don't ask. And seems like Muffin Man is an actual song or something. Kids song. I need to go to listen to it. But I am not sure if I have heard it. Okay, I don't know why, but I have heard it. It's definitely not a Finnish thing. Okay, great. Educated myself a little bit. The last horse for this video I bought was this another Weldale unicorn, Tynan. He's gonna be a stallion and I named him Obsidian. And wow, that's it. If I'm not gonna record a voiceover clip here after I have counted all the horses I bought, I am gonna put up on the screen. This is how many horses I bought in a duration of about a year. And I must say, I am an adult and I do earn my own money. It was a long video. Thank you so much for watching. And how many horses have you bought in the last year, if you remember? And which one of all of these horses I bought in this video was your favorite, or maybe your least favorite? Remember to comment, like the video, subscribe my channel, and then give me video ideas, suggestions for any games to play. Thank you to everybody who has stick around, subscribed my channel, left comments and everything. I am very grateful for that. And until next video, bye bye!